Turns out I was completely wrong about cardio. And if you do what I'm about to tell you, not only are you going to lose more fat and have better workouts, but you're also going to change your fate. Meaning that one day your heart's not going to explode after you sit down on the toilet and clench down. And I know, I've said in the past, cardio is a complete waste of time, don't do it. But I'm going to tell you what I told the Albuquerque Fire Department when I got my dick stuck in an apartment jacuzzi jet. Let's not focus on how I got here, the decisions I made in my life that led me to this point. Let's focus on what we're going to do about it. When I first got into working out, I was indoctrinated with that slow, monotonous, steady state cardio. Because I was told the most important thing is to stay in that fat burning zone and not expend too much energy because you don't want to go catabolic and lose those precious gains, but you end up walking on the treadmill and looking like an asshole because you get lapped by every geriatric person in the gym. And at first I thought that was great because if you went to Gold's Gym to do your cardio, you can get through a whole hour of Mean Girls with the sound off because who the fuck carries an FM radio in their pocket? But I thought there's gotta be a better way. And then I discovered HIIT. And I was pretty ecstatic because for once I felt like I wasn't getting outworked by those old dilapidated balls. But as much as I loved it, it still had some inherent flaws. The first one being you had to have carbohydrates to fuel your high intensity workouts. And since I don't eat carbs, it seemed kind of ass backwards to eat them just to do cardio. The second thing is it's hard to stay consistent because most of the time you're going to think of a really good bullshit reason not to do it that day. And if you do force yourself to do it and do it correctly, it's going to kick your ass and affect the rest of your training. And lastly, my focus was still centered around how many calories I burned that day, and I think that's short-sighted. Because just like at 13, I didn't understand that there's not much blowing going on in a blowjob, so a jacuzzi jet's only gonna be fun for about 7 seconds before I turn my dick into a sock and bopper. I didn't realize there's a way to make your body more efficient at burning fat. And I know you're probably thinking you can't have an effect on your metabolism. That's mostly genetic. It's those lucky bastards that can't put on muscle because they just can't eat enough. And if that's you, I can collectively speak for us all and say, fuck you. But the truth is, you absolutely can. And the way I do it is 5 to 10 minutes of hell on the Stairmaster. And that's a very specific time period for a reason, because one, it's gonna make you more consistent, because if you can't at least do 5 minutes, you're fucked. It also gives you some parameters to work in because you know you have to at least kick your ass to 5 minutes, so you're gonna push yourself to an intensity that barely gets you there, but once you hit that 5-minute mark, it's on. You're gonna crank up the intensity so high that you can't make it to 10 minutes. You're gonna be face down on the floor, breathing out your ass. And I think most importantly, it changes your mindset about cardio because let's face it, we're all a little fucked up. So if we can gamify it and make it something where we're fighting for our lives, we're gonna be more apt to do it. Again, the way you're gonna do it is start at a pace that makes you uncomfortable and a little bit nervous on whether or not you can actually make it to 5 minutes. And once you get to 5 minutes, crank up the intensity every 15, 20 seconds. And I don't care if you hang on for dear life. Just keep going. And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea why this works so well in terms of fat loss. It's obviously not slow, steady state cardio. It's not high intensity because we're not doing intervals here. It's just one all-out horrible sprint for 5 if you suck, or 10 if you've half-assed it, somewhere around 8, and then you throw up in your mouth. Could have something to do with the fact that if you wanted to increase your VO2 max, this is exactly how you would train. And while that doesn't help you burn more calories, it helps you work harder, which in turn allows you to burn more calories. Or the simple fact of the majority of the way you shed fat is through carbon dioxide. And I don't know about you, but I haven't been that out of breath since high school football, 4 touchdowns in a single game. But whatever the case, this was an absolute game changer for me and has been because I've gotten leaner, I feel better, and the good news is I don't worry about dying every time I go take a shit now. And because of that, I wanted to share this with you. Not because I'm a nice guy, it's because you guys are looking a little chubby. Stay safe in those jacuzzis.